Respected trustees, James Costin, the head of the school, the faculty, parents, and my dear students. Thank you so much for having me here. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, especially when you guys are going out there into the wild after the 12th grade ceremony, the graduation. It's amazing to be here. And of course, I can tell you a lot of things about a lot of things that you can go out there and do, but I think the best way to do that is probably to tell you a story of my life and how I went about with so many incidents in my life, especially after my 12th grade and stuff like that. And let's see whether you guys can actually resonate with some of those. All right? Okay. So the year was 2007. And I, along with a couple of my friends, we decided to start a company, a startup. You know how it is in Bangalore. Everybody wants to have that kind of a startup, entrepreneurial bug and stuff like that. So it was called jobbyhive.com, and it was like an e-commerce portal with, a lot of people coming in, engaging and stuff like that. And we had so many customers online, people coming in, utilizing the portal and all of that. We were doing extremely well. Blogs were writing about us, newspapers were writing about us, all that stuff, jazz. We were living a dream. But come 2009, 2 years from there, we went bankrupt. Okay? We basically didn't have any money left in the company to run the company, and we had to shut down the company. And my co-founders, they left, my employees, they had to leave, all of that. And basically, I'm just thinking, okay, what went wrong? And it is one of my qualities that I introspect. At every juncture in my life, I introspect, and I would recommend that for you because it's a great tool for you to self-correct, do a self-appraisal, and course-correct, basically. So when I looked at what had gone wrong, I realized that we had not focused on actually making money and being profitable. We were just going after traction and growth and all of that stuff. And basically I had forgotten certain key things that we need to do to focus on profitability. So there in 2009, I'm just sitting and I just wanted to run away from the world. Just run away from the world. But how do I do that? Basically, the newspapers are writing about you, the blogs are writing about you that you're shut down and all of that. Just wanted to run away. Just then, I got a phone call. It's a very interesting phone call I got from my ex-colleague. He called me and he told me that he is going on a journey across India in his bike. I was like, okay, so where are you going? He said, I have no idea where I'm going. I might go to Varanasi, the Himalayas, and all those places that I always wanted to go. It's going to be like an uncharted journey. I'm going to take my bike and I'm just going to go away. And what about your job? I asked him. He said, I'm going to quit my job or take a sabbatical. I don't care. I'm just taking my bike and just going. I was like, wow, this guy is a dude. Because here I am sitting with, with so much of baggage, and I'm just burying myself, and I'm sitting in my bed and just literally crying it out. And this guy is going on a journey, quitting his perfectly plumb job. I wanted to do that. I just wanted to quit everything and go on a journey there. But I could not do that. Okay? Because just that week, I got another call. Okay? This time, the call was from Canada. And this company called Castle Rock, they called me and they told me, Vishwas, we want to hire you as our CEO for our India division. We are starting a new division. We want to hire you as our India CEO. I thought it was a prank call. I told him, are you sure you got the right Vishwas? Because You can just Google about me. I have just shut down my company and I'm a failure in life. Why do you want to hire me? And they said, no, you are the right Vishwas. We have done research on you. We want to hire you because the kind of traction you got on your platform, kind of technology team that you have created for your company, we want you to do the same for us. Your experience is valuable for us. So please join us as your, India CEO. I was like, okay. So it was a really good opportunity for me, and the package was, the salary was really good. And I said, okay, I'm going to take up this job. So in a matter of 24 hours, I went from a bankrupt entrepreneur where the world is like, tarnishing my image and all of that, to the CEO of a multinational company in 24 hours. Okay? I was like, what actually happened here? Okay, that's when I realized that in life, there is no concept of failure. Had I not taken the risk of starting my own company, had I not taken the risk of taking those bold decisions to go after my dream, to convert my dream into reality, I would never have gotten to this position where I could be a CEO for a multinational company. It's impossible. A professional CEO in a typical corporate ladder has to spend like 20-30 years to get to a level of a CEO. But in a startup, you can do that in a few years because the grind that you go through, the rigor that you go through to learn so many things, that's what gets you to that level, basically, right? So that's something I realized. When you take risks, aim big, go after it. If you fail, it's no big deal because especially you can learn and you can move back in life. So I couldn't go on that journey that I wanted to go because my colleague had already gone there. But then I thought, something struck. Then I thought that maybe I should write about somebody who's in my position for the benefit of the world, a book about somebody who's in my position, but who goes on a journey. So that idea sounded fascinating to me. I thought, okay, maybe I should write a book. So I started writing my book. I wrote this young entrepreneur who goes bankrupt, who accidentally meets an American hippie, and both of them, kind of hit it off, and then they go on an uncharted journey across India. So that is the story. I started writing that story, and at that point in time, I had recently gotten married also. Between all of that, I had gotten married as well. So my wife, who's also my co-founder in my company, Goodworks Group, Sonia Sharma, so she saw me one day writing my book. And she's like, okay, what are you writing? Something, you're busy with something. I said, I'm writing a novel. She's like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm writing a novel. And she's like, okay, that is new. She said, okay, I want to read this. I want to read your novel. I was like, okay. And she read the first chapter. I had written a couple of chapters. She looked at me and she's like, this sucks. She said, you are good at a lot of things. Writing is not your cup of tea. Okay? So please do me a favor. Do not write this. Just stop it. Don't write it. And I don't know what happened to me after that. I was so hurt. I was so hurt that I stopped writing. I just chucked it away. Stop writing. So, but 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, this book is calling me. It's just calling me. I'm like having sleepless nights. So I did the same thing that I always do. I started introspecting. Why am I behaving like this? It's just a book. It doesn't matter to me. Why am I behaving like this? So with that, one more incident came to my mind. So it was my sister-in-law's wedding. Everybody came to me and asked me, Vishwas, please give a dance performance. Like how you guys did the beautiful dance performance. I was like, are you sure you want me to give a dance performance? He's like, yeah, please give a dance performance. I said, okay. I practiced a bit. So I gave a dance performance in the wedding. After the dance performance, everybody came to me. It was like, Vishwas, please promise me that you will never dance again. They told me that you're the worst dancer we have ever seen. Do not ever dance again. You know what was my reaction? I laughed. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed so much. So somebody tells me I suck at dancing, I laugh. Somebody tells me I suck at writing, my world comes to an end. Why is that? Because I had accidentally fallen in love with writing. I had accidentally fallen in love with something that was going to be my passion. So whenever you get hurt in your life, introspect, understand why are you getting hurt. There might be something there that you are actually fallen in love with. So you know what happened that day? I decided one thing that day that has stuck with me till today. I decided that me as an author is going to write for me as an audience. I forgot about my wife. I forgot about the world. I don't care. I'm going to write because of me. Because I want to satisfy myself. So then I started writing the book. It took me 5 years to write that book. All the publishers in India rejected the book. Some told me I suck at writing. Some told me the story is not good. Some told me you are new in the industry, you cannot sell and stuff like that. A new publisher came in and then they liked the book. They said, okay, let's print it. And guess what? It becomes like an overnight bestseller. Losing My Religion. If you guys have not read it, please read it. It's about a young entrepreneur who goes on a journey with the American hippie. So then that's how my the career as an author, it started. It basically came to a point where I realized that it comes down to a 3-step process which I want you guys to imbibe before you head out there. The 3-step process of having like this amazing success in your life and in your career. Step number 1 is be shameless and experiment. Step number 2, when you experiment with a lot of these things, you realize what you actually love, what you are actually good at. Number 3 is basically you convert that what you're good at into your passion and you actually lead your life, basically. Okay, so this is a 3-step process that you can actually follow to identify what you're good at, and then people are going to pay you for that. If you're good at something, people are going to pay you for that. A passion that does not pay is of no use, in my opinion, because I'm very practical. I'm a businessman. So you need to have a passion that pays money. Okay, so that is something that I figured out. All right, and not only when I graduated and all of that, even when I was in college, I experimented a lot. I was in RV College of Engineering in Bangalore, and I started a computer business. Okay, and RV College is outside the city, so people have to come to they have to come to the city. The students have to buy their laptops and stuff. So I realized, which I still feel it's a brilliant idea, I realized that instead of students coming to the city all the way, 40-50 kilometers, why don't I set up a center there so people will buy computers from me, I can do the service and all of that stuff. It's a brilliant idea. Guess how many computers I sold? So I actually sold 3 computers. But that was not the best part. Do you know whom I sold those 3 computers to? To my best friends. I had to literally force them to buy these 3 computers. Why am I telling you these the stories of failures? Why am I humiliating myself to you? That is because I want to tell you that failures need not be, need not be ashamed of it. You don't have to be ashamed of it. Gone are those days where you got to think that, okay, success is everything, because failure teaches you so much more. You can wear it on your shoulders. You can actually go ahead and rejoice it like the way I am trying to do. That is how you deal with this whole thing. There's a few things that I basically look forward to in people that I hire. I hire a lot of people and also mentor a lot of people, and I invest in a lot of companies. So there are a few things that I look at in each one of these things, okay? The first thing that I look at is innovation. You guys are stepping out into the world right now in the age of AI and robotics. It's a very uncertain future. Like 5 years back, I would, proudly tell you, okay, next 5 years are going to be like this. But now, with the chat GPT and then, the robots coming out and space program and all of that, I have no idea what the future has for all of us. But there's one thing that is going to make a lot of difference. It's going to help us to succeed. That is innovation. So how do you innovate? It's very simple. You basically question the status quo. You ask questions. You ask why. How can I fix Bangalore's roads? I'm sure nobody can fix it. So instead of making better cars, make flying cars. For example, flying taxis. You don't have to fix the roads, right? Things like that. Think out of the box. Think different. That's very important. Number 2, basically, you need to believe that you're born to do great things. That is important, because whenever I talk to somebody and they don't feel that special, you're toast. Because there's so many other people out there, they think that they're special, their work is special, whatever they do is special, the post that they do on Instagram is great, the videos they put on YouTube is great, the clothes that they wear is great, it's artistic, everything they do is cool. So create a statement, believe in yourself, that is going to be with you forever. That is important. And number 3, which is again the stuff that you guys have done, this compassion. So what I believe is empathy is important in everything you do, but it's not only the empathy that you need to have for others, but also for yourself, like the way you conduct yourself, the way you are able to basically go easy on yourself. So many people come to me. I do a lot of these talks on social media. Most of the problems are people are like, they're depressed because they feel that they're not doing enough. They feel that somebody is doing much cooler things. They're moving much faster. So my suggestion to you is be self-obsessed. Put a blinder on yourself. It's you versus you. Not you versus your friends, you versus the world. It's you versus you versus you. Keep going towards that and don't worry about anybody else. This is the only way to succeed in the age of social media. There's no other way for that. Learn from people, but be focused. And number 2 is understand that age is not everything. Some people get success when they're 18, some people get when they're like 80. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a pace of their own. You got to embrace it. You got to enjoy the journey. As long as you are following the 3-step process, you will love your life because you're following something that you love. And another thing is, maybe the last one, don't fall for the log kya kahenge syndrome. What people will tell. Like if I had thought about what people are going to do when I write my book, they'll laugh at me. What if I screw up right now with talking something? You guys will laugh at me. But no, I will do what I got to do. That is what the thing you need to have. And you need to know how to convert insults into glory. That's what life is all about, basically. For example, maybe this is the last anecdote and then I'm done. So, we were just starting our company, Good Works, and there was this big client who was supposed to come to our office. corporate client. They came to our office. It was such a tiny office, like 10 by 10. He comes inside and he asked me, where is the office? I told him, this is the office. That time we didn't have the co-working and a fancy offices. I said, this is the office. And you can see that basically his face like just changed. It fell. He was so uncomfortable. Within a matter of like 2 minutes, he made some excuse, some bahana, told me that he had to go, and then he just vanished. He just ran. I felt so bad. Okay? I felt so bad. But then I kept in touch with that guy. 5 years after that, the same person was on LinkedIn, and he saw that, we're expanding, we're doing all of these things. So he messages me, hey Vishwas, can we catch up on a call? I said, okay, let's get on a call. He calls me and we catch up on things, and he's like, Vishwas, that day I think I did a wrong thing. I shouldn't have walked away from the meeting. I just realized it later. It's not a right thing to do. I told him, are you kidding me? I should thank you, basically, for walking out of that meeting. Why are you apologizing? Had you not walked out of the meeting that day, I wouldn't have got the wake-up call. Today, Good Works, we are running a co-working thing, and we are having like close to 1 million square foot of office in Bangalore, all thanks to you. So thank you so much for insulting me that day. Thank you so much for insulting me that day. So that is the attitude which I want you guys to go out in the world. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty, but you're going to turn every adversity into a winning streak, because you're going to take that as a challenge. You're going to love the whole process. You're going to enjoy this life, but you're going to make sure it's going to be worth it, and you're going to have a beautiful life. Thank you so much.